I think the big thing was early in the game we were moving the football, and then kind of in the second quarter we kind of got to where we were just missing a lot of throws. And in the second half, we started to hit those throws, and all of a sudden it loosened them up a little bit, helped us both in the run game. But when we were hitting those throws, all of a sudden it expands everything else, and we become that much more effective. Well, I think the big thing was our players understood that Coach Hour's game plan is we know we're going to create some pressure on the quarterback. We want him to make decisions on the go, and our guys did a great job of mixing into pressures, but really we also did a great job of tackling. They are a very good offensive football team. They've been explosive. They do a lot of things we do as far as run pass options. Their quarterback is an outstanding player, and so we had to make some plays, and we did. And there were times when we had a chance for interceptions. Guys were making those plays, and that was a huge difference in this ball game. Well, I think the big thing is they're getting better in understanding all of our coverages. They're getting better in all their pattern reads and the understanding of the routes that they're going to see. And the other thing is they're playing with the expectation of making plays. And instead of just playing to break up passes, they're playing to make the interceptions, and they're looking for the interceptions, and they're making them. And so I think that's a great tribute both to the players and the way that they're working. It's a great tribute to the defensive staff and the way that they're preparing our players for the things that they were going to see. Well, number one, they got lifted up by the Montana State game. You know, they got some more daddies in their defensive front. And we won't see four guys like that in the RMAC out of anybody. We'll see some individuals that are really good, but I mean, a lot of that was a credit to Montana State. Our guys, we continue to work on it. And I mean, that's one of the things. Last week, a lot of guys asked me what we were going to do about, trying to reduce some of the penalties in the red zone. We can go back. They were very questionable calls, and I mean, they were made. We're going to continue to teach the proper techniques for blocking. We're going to teach the proper techniques for tackling. We're going to teach proper techniques for ball security. When we do that, we're going to be fine, and I think our players continue to get better at that. And I think there's also a tribute to the offensive line, Coach Chavez, with the way the guys are protecting things. And I mean, it does make a lot of difference when we have that time at the quarterback spot. Number one, I've said it before, Jake Edmiston, I think, is the best linebacker in Division II in the country. He is a smart young man. He is an intense player. And I mean, he's a guy that he helps everybody else get lined up and play, but yet at the same time, he's able to focus on what he's supposed to do every single down. And that's the big key, is instead of just kind of seeing the big picture, he's able to narrow that focus and take care of his business, and yet at the same time, he's a young man, tremendously intelligent, and really does a great job of helping everybody else know what the calls are, communicating the things. And I tell you what, he's just a phenomenal leader for us, and I mean, he's going to continue to be a great player. Eli has been kicking the ball really well for us, both on the field goals, the PAT situation, on the kickoffs. He hit a couple of them today a little bit where they had a chance to return it, but he's also been getting a lot of touchbacks. He's a young man with a very strong leg, and basically we look forward to him continuing to improve, and he can also really hang the ball up to give us a chance to get coverage down the field. I will give great credit as well. Coach Tater's doing a great job with our special teams, understanding coverage. They're starting to do a better job of understanding leverage to prevent the big play from happening. And then the same thing, even on ours, they tried to bring some heat on a punt a couple times, and we did a great job in the protection. And Mike Brady's doing a great job both in knowing when to kick the football, to roll it out. There were a couple of those things today that were similar in the other games, that they are a opportunity for him, that if they're not bringing guys to basically run the fake, if they're bringing guys to kick the football, so those are little things that they're just doing a great job with. And again, our coaches are doing a great job, but our players are responding in a great fashion.